once upon a quiet evening in a small American town where the roads shimmered under streetlights and every young dreamer carried a storm inside there. Just there lived a 25-year-old man named Ethan, a boy who felt like his life was slipping away faster than he could understand it. Every night he lay awake staring at the ceiling, thinking about all the decisions he hadn't made, the opportunities he had missed, and the future he feared he was failing to build. His mind was a war-zone, regret from the past and fear of the future fighting non-stop. One morning, exhausted and tired of living in this mental prison, he decided he couldn't continue like this. He read online about a retired life coach who lived deep in the mountains, a man once famous in New York City for transforming broken minds into powerful ones. They said people came to him, lost, and walked away reborn. Without overthinking, Ethan packed a small bag, left a note on his table, and began a journey to the old man's cabin. After hours of driving and hiking through forests, where the air smelled of pine and silence, Ethan finally saw a wooden cabin glowing with the warm orange light of sunset. Outside, the old man sat on a rocking chair, eyes closed, breathing as if the world existed only in that moment. Ethan approached him and whispered, "Sir, I don't know who I am anymore. My mind keeps running. My life feels stuck, and I'm scared I'll fail before I begin." The old man slowly opened his eyes and smiled with a calmness Ethan had never seen. "You came at the perfect moment," he said softly, standing up. He led Ethan behind the cabin to a small path overlooking a cliff where the whole valley looked like a painting. Then he handed Ethan a glass filled to the very top, with water so full that even a tiny shake would spill it. "Walk to the end of this path and back," he said. "Do not spill a single drop." Confused but determined, Ethan began walking. Birds chirped, wind rustled the trees, insects buzzed, and in the distance, he could hear a river crashing through rocks yet. He didn't look at anything. His entire world shrunk to the glass in his hands. Step by step he moved, controlling his breath, balancing himself, ignoring every distraction, every sound, every temptation to look away. When he returned, not a single drop was gone. "I did it," Ethan said, chest rising with pride. The old man nodded calmly. "Good," he said. "But tell me, did you see the hawk flying overhead? Or the stream shining under the sun? Or the deer that crossed behind you?" Ethan frowned. "No," he said. "I didn't see or hear anything. I was only focused on the glass." The old man smiled slow, wise and warm. "That," he whispered, "is the secret you have been searching for. Your mind has been drowning because you live everywhere except the present moment. You think of your failures yesterday, your fears tomorrow, your doubts next month, and your dreams far away. You carry everything at once, and that is why you collapse." Ethan listened, stunned, as the old man continued softly. "But when you focused only on the water, your mind became silent. No past, no future. Only now. This moment. This breath. This step. Peace does not live in the future you fear, or the past you regret. Peace lives here, in the only moment that truly exists." The sun dipped lower, painting the sky pink and gold. Birds flew home. The valley glowed like a living dream. Ethan suddenly felt something he hadn't felt in years: lightness. The noise inside his mind faded. He could breathe deeply, clearly, freely. Tears filled his eyes, not from sadness, but from understanding. "So all this time," he whispered, "the peace I was trying to find was already inside me. I was just never here to feel it." The old man nodded. "When you control your focus, you control your life. When you live in the moment, you become unstoppable." Ethan stood there silently, letting the truth sink in. And in that golden hour on that quiet mountain path, life changed forever. When he walked back toward his car, he wasn't the same young man who had arrived. He wasn't running from his past. He wasn't scared of the future. He had learned how to live in the only place power exists, the present moment. And from that day on, every time doubt tried to return, Ethan remembered the feeling of holding that glass, the way everything disappeared except the now. He built his career, fixed his habits, rebuilt his confidence, and shaped the life he once thought he didn't deserve. And if you're reading this today, wondering whether you're too late, whether you'll ever figure it out, Whether you will ever feel calm or strong or enough, remember Isa's lesson. The moment you return to this moment, you begin again. Your story is not over. In fact, it hasn't even started yet.